Good morning, everyone. Now, Mr. Dr. Satish Kumar he is a NSS officer from Government of Puducherry, and he is also a nodal officer from Puducherry government, and he will deliver the welcome address.
So, respected dignitaries on the dais, respected Vice Chancellor sir, respected Clement sir, respected moderator as well as the observer from Delhi, respected Ravi Kumar sir from Tamil department, who is a nodal officer for Viksit Bharat, and my dear judges for various tracks, dear parents and students, very good morning to one and all. So on behalf of Puducherry and Pondicherry University, I take this great immense pleasure to be here for this PowerPoint presentation on Viksit Bharat. So this Viksit Bharat has 10 tracks. So based upon these 10 tracks, we have various students from the youth age group of 15 to 29. The selection basis based upon the quiz competition. So from the quiz, who are being scored the highest mark, they are being selected for the second round. They have written their essays. So those essays are to be evaluated today. So the best 3 contestants from each track. So we have 10 tracks. So from each track we will be selecting the best 3, and they will be going and presenting the PowerPoint presentation in front of the Prime Minister of India. So this is mainly our Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, wants the young youths of India to take the country in their hand and develop the nation. So that is the main thing here. You can see there, the young leaders dialogue. We all know that India depends upon youth. So the youth has very good power, and they has a capacity to rule the India and also to develop our nation. So based upon this concept, this year National Youth Festival is being conducted at New Delhi on 11th and 12th on the topic Viksit Bharat. So based upon this, I welcome all the young leaders to deliver their dialogues for the development of the nation in various aspects. And I personally thank Dr. Ravi Kumar sir, who has been working very tirelessly for past 1 week, and also the judge panel here, who have been evaluating the themes as well as uploading all the things. And I welcome all the parents to support the young leaders here in future who are going to rule the India. So on behalf of Puducherry government and Pondicherry University, I welcome each and everyone present in this hall, and I take this great immense pleasure to welcome you all. Thank you.
I thank Satish Kumar for his wonderful speech. Now I call upon, we call him as Ravi Verma of Pondicherry University. He is such a good artist. I call upon Dr. Clement sir to deliver his speech. He is our chief guest today.
Respected Vice Chancellor and all the dignified men who are on the dais and off the dais, the participants and the judges who are seated here, a very good morning to you all. This is a very important program, as you all know. The call is straight from the Prime Minister of India, who is known for his decisions, especially for the youth, how to train them up, and what are the hurdles on the way, and how to come across those hurdles, how to surmount them. And had you followed this program, the principles underlining it, you must have noticed, as far as this program is concerned, it has 2 important objectives. Number 1, to identify the youth leaders among the young people of India. That is the first thing that we must do. And identifying the youth leader and inviting them to politics. This is a baffling thing before us. Because it is a very large country, and as far as the youth is concerned, somewhere or other, they are not interested in any kind of political ideas. And they are very reluctant, even if they are encouraged, to come to the main front. And this program would certainly help them out and help them to become leaders. And the next important thing, how to select them. This is not simply based on the marks which they are getting the examination, or it is not depend on the talent they have already, but we are having a particular selection system. And through this selection system only, we are going to select the candidates who are going to make their presentation at last to the Prime Minister of India, if they are selected. And this idea, I do not know how it came to the mind of our Modi ji, because this has been one of the important thoughts of Aldous Huxley, a great thinker. And according to him, any leader has to undergo a rigorous examination. They have to sit and write an examination if they want to become leaders and if they want to govern a country. And this will be evaluated by some agency in a very rigid manner. And then only we will be able to get the right type of people at the top. Because he says a leader should not be either a log or a stalk. I hope that you can understand very easily what actually I mean. This is taken from La Fontaine's fable. La Fontaine was a French writer of fables. You know what do you mean by fables? It is not actually an ordinary story, but the story which would contain animals and that would end up with a moral. Here, the frogs in a particular stream, they make a cry to Apollo, and Apollo happens to be their god, to give them a king. Send me a king, we are suffering a lot, and we do not know where to complain. Therefore, send me a king. But the god is not interested in sending them a king. It is not at all required. Why unnecessarily they ask for a king, ask for a leader? He is in a very confused mood. But the frogs went on pestering that they need a king. And at last, what happened? Jupiter threw a log, a very big log, which came and landed on the stream with a huge splash of water. And all the frogs thought that, what a mighty king. Look at the arrival. Water is splashing all over. And they dreaded the log for some time. You know what happened? The log is just keeping quiet. And the log did not move. Then the small frogs, they went to near the log, but the log did not respond. Then one by one, all the frogs, went near the log, and some frogs also jumped over the log. Nothing happened. Immediately they started complaining to Jupiter, we don't want this leader, because this leader is inactive. Send me one active leader. Then Jupiter thought this time they must be punished, because already we have sent a king just for the sake of asking, and they should have satisfied with that leader. And since they are insisting for one more leader, let me send a stork. That means cuckoo. And this bird, as soon as it landed, it started eating one frog after the other. And at last, no frog is left on the stream. By this story, what Huxley means, a king or a leader should neither be too polite nor be a very rigid dictator. So, a balanced kind of a person is the need of the hour, because a dictator at the top will go on breeding more dictators at the bottom. Therefore, that is quite unacceptable. And that is why, if you go to Egypt, they have their national logo. You know what it is? It is a kind of a cross. You may think that it is a cross, but it is not actually a cross. When you look at closely, you understand that it has got the image of the shepherd's rod and also a whip put together in the form of a cross. What is the shepherd's rod and how it is connected with the whip? If you look at it very closely, you understand this is the quality of leadership. A leader should be like a shepherd, shepherding all the sheep and making them to grow faster. There should not be any kind of a problem. And he should be very mild. He should be father-like. That is why you have the shepherd's rod. But on the other side, you have a whip. And what is that whip represent? When needed, the king should utilize the whip. That is why the English proverb goes, spare the rod and spoil the child. If you are not using your cane, your child will get spoiled. And if you go on giving undue liberties to your son or to your daughter, they will never come up in life. So, this is something very important, as I already told you, because selecting a leader, as I detailed, it is a very, very difficult process, and we are doing it on 4 rounds. The first round consists of a quiz program, and the second round consists of this essay writing and presentation, and the third round consists of the state level presentation, and in the last level the selected candidates will present their case right in front of the Prime Minister. And this is the boldest decision that our Prime Minister has taken, I should say, because recently I came across a book about his childhood days. And there are a lot of exaggerations about the story, but only one thing is very important. As an 8th standard student, a very young boy, he was playing with the other boys, some kind of ball game. It is not actually a football, but some kind of ball they are playing. And the ball fell into a nearby river, because on the banks only they are playing. And when the ball fell into the river, nobody is interested in getting the ball back from the river, because the river is infested with crocodiles. And nobody will take up this daredevilry adventure. But Modi, as a boy, jumped into the river. Somewhere or other got the ball on one hand, and in another hand that he has something in it, and which the other boys are not able to identify. But when he opened the hand, they saw a small crocodile. Because when he was searching for the ball, he just came across a baby crocodile, and he brought it. And why I am telling you, because bringing a small baby crocodile that you and I can do. But you must remember, the mother will not be far away from that particular vicinity, and they are very, very aggressive. If something happened to the young ones, that's all, you will be cut into pieces. But he knows the difficulty, he knows the challenge, but in spite of that, he has brought that small crocodile and taken away to his house, much to the annoyance of his mother. The mother immediately said, "This is wrong, because you may not be knowing or feeling how much the mother crocodile must be feeling now. You have taken it away simply, but there will be a lot of, heartburn as far as the mother is concerned, please go back and leave this small baby crocodile into the stream. And immediately he took the words very seriously, and he went and put back the crocodile in the place where he has found it. Therefore, you take this programs seriously, and I am very happy that our Tamil professor Ravi Kumar has taken it in a very different way, and for the 1 week that he has been pestering me, and even during the night time, usually the calls would come to me only during the night time, and sometimes I wonder whether he is sleeping or not. And even if he is sleeping, I think he will be sleeping only for a few hours. And he has been recently taken over as a nodal officer. Let us all give a very big hand to him. It is very difficult to see a very scholarly person, deep-rooted in the modern Tamil literature like him. And I have heard many of his discourses. I marveled at it. But now it is good to see a right man occupying the right chair. And Ravi Kumar is the right person who occupied the right chair now. And therefore, I am very, very sure that the program is going to be a very successful one. Thank you so much.
I thank our director Clement sir for his wonderful speech. Unfortunately, he has crossed 60. But if he is in the 20s, I am sure he will be the first person to meet the Prime Minister. Thank you, sir. Now I call upon our Honorable Vice Chancellor to deliver his presidential address.
Respected Director, Culture and Cultural Relations, Professor Clement Lose, to Mr. Vijay Chadda, Consultant, Ministry of Education, and Satish Kumar, NSS Coordinator of Pondicherry Government, and Mr. Professor Ravi Kumar, who is the Nodal Officer for this program, and all the delegates and the referees who are going to help us. Good morning, everyone. So I don't want to take much of your time. I just want to give 1 or 2 points, the importance of this youth festival. So now India is moving from and shedding away all our thoughts which is unnecessary for the growth of India. That is the main theme of, if you see, the Viksit Bharat. We are thinking that we will only play a role which is not the leadership role when it takes the world stage. So far 75 years in the world stage, always we like to play a second fiddling and support the system, world, whatever the good cause. Now the world is set to the stage where we have to lead the world, and we have to tell the world that yes, the Bharat is there, and we have a better principle than whatever the Western thought or whatever the present mindset of the world leaders. So in this, the youngsters should play a major role. That is why the Viksit Bharat, the concept was started. And when we thought about the Viksit Bharat, what are the important things we have to play? Those are the, I think, main. I have seen some of the themes. What are the important things we have to concentrate on the Viksit Bharat? And how we are going to achieve this? When we thought about Viksit Bharat, it is not mainly, we always thought that, it is only the economic growth. So when we become rich, we may think that, we can reach that level. It is not so. Money is not the only thing we have to change ourselves. We have to earn ourselves. There are many things which retains the top position. As Professor Clement Lose mentioned, the leadership needs the qualities which is sometimes we have to sacrifice, and sometimes we have to have a motherly nature, and sometimes we have to also use our whip. That's what he said. So the leader means that are different spheres will be there. So what are those things which we have to have? So when it comes to the Viksit Bharat, similar to this, our Honorable Prime Minister also mentioned the Panch Prawn. So in this, I like this, the what we have to retain for our Viksit Bharat at 2047. The important point in that Panch Prawn, I like this, the colonial thought. Whether we have already get rid of this colonial thought. That is the important question our youngsters should thought about this. That is why these youth festivals or even the education system, the national education policy, all those things, we have to rely on us. We have to think that yes, we can do it. That confidence we have to have among youngsters. Once we have this confidence, then definitely we will reach this. Whether we can reach the culturally, we can reach economically. So whatever the standard it is required for a leader, so we can reach this if you have that confidence. If you have this colonial mindset where we will only play a second fiddle, so let somebody will be the boss, let me work as a labor. I cannot become a rich entrepreneur, multinational person who can lead the multinational company. If we have these mindsets, then we cannot rule. We cannot rule the world stage. Our Honorable Prime Minister itself is the very good example. The humble background, he has reached that stage. So if he has that mindset, yes, we cannot reach this stage, and we don't have this. Like this, if we have any lame excuses, he could not have reached that stage. So we have to have that mindset where, so we can do it. That mindset still our youngsters should have. That is the important thing in the shedding away our colonial mindset. That colonial mindset still, it is our genes, because we were ruled by Mughalais, we were ruled by more than 300 years, we were ruled by the foreigners. So it is in our genes. That is the reason we always try to be a labor. So we have to come out from this, and then youngsters should play a major role in developing India to reach the developed India. The question mark now at Viksit Bharat is whether we can reach this using the principles of whatever the Western thought, or whether we are going to reach it with our indigenous thought. That is the big question in front of the youngsters. So you have to understand that India has better principles, better ideology than the whatever the Western thought. That's what the youngsters should understand, that our Indian knowledge system has better answers for the problems of the world compared to the Western thought, whatever it is there. So we have a highest number of youngsters, so we can, if we think, we can do it. That is the source of, I think, theme of this, I understand. So I hope the students have taken this point, and your presentation also will be very useful. And when you meet our Honorable Prime Ministers, your presentation will be really take this point and deliver it. I hope at least some of the teams from this Puducherry will make it possible and meet him and bring the arrow of our Honorable Prime Minister. With this hope, I thank the organizers, especially Dr. Professor Ravi Kumar and Professor Lours, Professor Mr. Vijay Chadda and the Satish Kumar National Coordinator who are organizing this the competition, and all the referees who are sitting in front of. Initially when I come, I thought they are all competitors. Why they looks they are more than 50, why they are what they are sitting here. Later on I understand that they are the referees and competitors are backside. So thank you everyone. Thanks for your participation. Thank you.